Shalom, I'm Alex Radical. Welcome to a Radical Review on skateboard technology. Today will be the final installment. I'll be talking about the Qwik truck system. I heard about Qwik trucks online through their Instagram and a little bit on YouTube, but here's the premise of it. Basically, if you want to be able to switch out between multiple different decks or multiple different trucks, you have a system that allows you to do that. It mounts to your skateboard and it mounts to your truck. You basically be able to customize whatever deck with whatever trucks that you have. Now, this is really good if you have multiple different setups in your garage, or if you just want to be able to have a cruiser setup alongside your regular street setup. When I got this board initially, I wanted to be able to have a deck that I could switch between having a cruising feature or just my regular street skating feature. So I thought this would be the deck for me. However, I found in my experience that this was not the case at all. So I got the initial pack that is the A pack. Initially, this is basically one deck with two different truck mounting pieces, and this allowed me to have two different setups for the specific deck. Now, once I actually got the setup, I was actually very surprised how easy it was to set up. So let's go over it real quick. Here's the deck plate that actually will go to your board. As you can see here, it does have this click mounting system. When you click it in, you will notice that it says click right there. And once it's actually locked into place, it will look like that. When it comes to actually mounting it, you will notice these green like nylon tubes here that actually lock the bolts into place. They don't go in too far, but it does keep the deck nice and secure. So let's just get into how you set it up. So here, let's just mount it. It's actually very simple. All you're gonna do is just take your nuts here. You're gonna put them into your deck one by one. And all you're gonna do is screw them in. It's actually very simple, honestly. You literally just put it onto the deck here, and then you just make sure that it's actually like locked in place. You start screwing them in, and then you're pretty much good to go. Now that we have the deck plate onto the actual board, this is what we're gonna mount onto it. So essentially it comes with these 4 bolts here. It's gonna mount onto the bottom of your base plate. And essentially you're gonna try to slide this section into place here. And you'll hear a clicking noise, hence Qwik trucks. So now that it's just secure in place, you can see here that this Qwik logo is out. That means it's nice and secure. You can hit it as much as you want. It's not gonna come out. It's actually very secure, contrary to popular belief, but to get it out is a little bit harder. So you really just have to click in here, and then that's it. So that's how it's set up. It actually makes setting up your deck really simple and very quick, literally. Like if you're going to the airport, all you have to do is slide it in and click it out. So I think for those benefits, it's actually very fun to set up. So let's quickly go over what happens if this comes out. Thankfully, this spring has a nice secure system that sits right there in the middle. So all you really have to do if you lose the spring is to try to fit it back into that piece there, and it will stay in place. Try to push it into the corner and try to match these 2 parts here with these holes. You should be able to get it in, and then you're good to go. So this is what your skateboard deck will look like without mounting the trucks onto place. As you can see, there is a significant amount of height that's added to your truck. So let's just see what it looks like with the actual truck on it. So these are Indy mids, so they're not a tall truck, but even with the Qwik truck system, you can see how much height is added to your truck. So if you are considering getting these, maybe consider getting a low truck just to see if it'll work for you. I mean, it kind of sucks that you have to basically change your whole setup just because of the Qwik truck system, but it is very unique in terms of what it offers for the public. I think if you're going to the airport or traveling somewhere where you need to quickly just set this up, it's so easy just to pack this up and go right away. When it comes to the benefits of these, I think the idea behind it makes sense. If you have multiple trucks, you have different setups that you want to cruise with, you could definitely have an application that allows you to do it very simply. The downside is that it's going to be very heavy, and it's got to add a lot of height to your truck when you're popping tricks. I find that I get a lot of ghost pop when I'm popping my tricks, but it takes you about 8 hours to actually get used to them, and then you're okay. Something I noticed on their Instagram is that it seems as if Qwik Truck is working on their own type of truck that's literally their own truck that mounts to the base plate, so you don't have to actually customize between all the different trucks you have in your collection. I think that's actually a better idea and maybe the next step for their brand overall. I think this system really works if you have multiple decks or multiple trucks that you want to experiment with, or you want to be able to cruise with one deck versus another. I think for me, I'm just going to have this on in the background as like a just for fun deck. I really tried to like it with with this setup, but I just really wasn't having fun with it. And that's the thing, skating should be fun, but if you can't have fun with your setup and it really frustrates you, you don't want anything to do with it. So I'm not going to use these in the future, but I will have them on a spare deck just for fun. I think that this is going to work for anybody who is traveling a lot or has multiple decks. There is definitely a unique place in the market for something like this, and so I think it's really cool. But yeah, here's some footage of me skating with the Qwik trucks.